We've got the clean bits, we've got the weird bits, we've got the heavy bits. I mean, yeah, we were all in kind of different local bands and stuff like that. As I was saying earlier as well, I played keys in Esoteric a bit. But it formed literally from a Facebook post. Dan and Brady communicated over Facebook like, I want to start this kind of what was originally going to be kind of a death metal band. And that very quickly died and became what Conjurer was. The more kind of sludgy, doomy stuff started to come in. But yeah, that's literally all it was. Started with a Facebook post. Dan and Brady got together. I knew them from previous bands and in the scene. They asked me, I said yes. And then that's the story, nothing special. I guess so. What really made Dan and Brady think, right, this is the sort of music they were going to do, was when they went to see Yob, I think in London, and they came back from that and they were like, this is the kind of music we're going to do. So I don't think there was necessarily anything specific from the Midlands. You know, England's quite a small country. You get American music over there, you hear all sorts. And we have such a wide range of different influences. It's really hard to kind of pinpoint it down because a lot of stuff comes in the music. But for what it's worth, the only two acts that we really agree on as a band, as like we love these, are System of a Down and Carly Rae Jepsen. It's like simultaneously easy and difficult, because it's difficult in, as you'd expect, we're all bringing in different things, and some things that Dan and Brady might absolutely love, me and Conor might detest, and obviously that's quite a horrible thing if you're like, oh, I love this bit, and the other two hate it. But where it becomes easy is that we basically agree that if all four of us aren't happy with it, it doesn't go in a song. So it's not like we're going, yeah, well, we'll let you have that bit that sounds like Black Dahlia Murder if you let us have this bit that sounds like Three Trapped Tigers or something. You know, I guess in that respect, it does create a reasonably unique sound because it's like the one little niche that all four of us agree on. So yeah, it's rubbish in that it takes us ages to write. You know, using that process, it takes us a long time to write songs. We've got 11 songs in our repertoire at the moment, and that's literally been written over the course of like 3 years. That's 11 songs in 3 years. So yeah. I think it's important because like the biggest contrast you can have in music is going from absolute silence to complete noise, right? And a lot of times that is what makes things heavy, okay? If you're going hell to leather all the way through, you can sort of become desensitized to it. So if something is constantly heavy all the way through, it's like, right, that's great, but you know, for me, it loses its impact. Whereas if you have the light and shade, not only does it make the quieter bits, I think, kind of more interesting, you know, it's more varied, but it makes the heavier bits so much heavier. And, you know, we want to be heavy. I don't necessarily think it's restricting to say it's one genre. I'd just say it would be inaccurate to call it one genre. Like, we don't feel restricted in that if all of us decided we were going to go and do a metalcore album, then we do a metalcore album. As it happens, we've decided that we like to have these different influences of post-metal, black metal, death metal, all that kind of stuff coming in. So, yeah, personally, I just call us non-specific metal. Because there are loads of bands who do proper genre-bending stuff. Like, just think of like I Wrestled a Bear once. They'll stick in a random calypso bit and all that, you know, all that stuff. That's genre bending. Do you know what I mean? Like, even some, you know, what we do, everything kind of falls into the metal bracket. Now, obviously, metal is a very broad term, so I don't think it would be inaccurate to just call us metal. But if you want to be more accurate, you would have to mention that, okay, there's doomy bits, there's sludgy bits, there's post bits. So restricting, no, but in order to be accurate, I think you would have to give it more than one label. I honestly don't mind. At the end of the day, giving something a description is pro-consumer. Because if you walk into a metal shop in the metal section and you see Fall Out Boy, it's not metal. I'm sorry, like that doesn't mean it's bad, but it's not metal, right? So I think like genre tags are really helpful because if you're trying, it's all about communication, and you want to be able to communicate what something sounds like to another person. So I'm all for genre tags, and I don't get bogged down in them in any way, shape, or form. At the time that we were coming over to do Mire, we'd sort of come up with this system where Dan would write the bulk of the material, and then we'd be sending stuff back via Guitar Pro. So we'd have a riff, and he's like, I'll be like, that riff fits with that riff. And then you get it together. So we did kind of get into a flow when writing those songs. But in all honesty, it was such a gradual process. Like I said, because we had half the stuff written already for Mire when we were recording or One. I'm glad you called it because most people don't call it One. It was such a gradual process. It is kind of difficult to be like, right, this is where I finished and this is where Mire started, if that makes sense. I guess the recording process and stuff for Mire was longer because there was more stuff. But again, just the general way that we structured everything kind of stayed the same. For the way that I kind of approached it and look at it was all to do with the time length that we had to work with, right? For an EP, you knew it was only going to be 20, 25 minutes. So we had to think, right, how can we get all of the elements of Conjurer in that really concise package and also get it to flow? By the time Mire came around, because we had more time to work with, we were able to explore the different sounds and styles and genres and stuff a bit more in the way that we structured it. But because it was a continuous writing process that never really stopped after it's difficult to say. It was just, we write the songs we wanted to write, and that's just how we happened to release them.